Right over left be the best. Thank you for watching. Respect my journey. But don't forget, hit that like button, man. We gonna start the show. X up. Let's go. Right over left be the best. What's going on? It's your host, Carl Krauser, the Cruising King, King Krauser, aka that old black magic. We back. What's good? What's positive, man? Everything. I hope so. Positive energy to the world always. X up. RMJ. Man. It's been real cool, since a young kid coming from the Bronx, New York, and representing that, and coming from Bronxdale Projects, Highway, by the way, High Bridge Projects, by the way, and is when I was like a young kid, it was crazy. We went through a lot of different changes as a young kid, and then you grow and you learn how to defend yourself, you learn how to carry yourself, you learn how to speak up in different situations. You learn a lot of stuff throughout the world, like throughout in life, while you're moving in the world. You know what I mean? So it's funny how some people who didn't appreciate you as a person or even know what you were doing athletically, they come out of nowhere and they want to be attached to your name, and they want to talk about you, and they want to say, hey, this and that. They want to say different words, different things like, oh, he's a good basketball player, he's this and that, right? But they don't know the things that you've done in your past. You get what I'm saying? We all human beings. We all have a past. And it's super cool to see people grow and people learn from the past. You get what I'm saying? Whether it was a good situation, you made good decisions, or maybe you made some mistakes, or maybe you just did something that was wrong. So it was cool, man, because coming from Bronxdale Projects, I learned fast, and then I traveled around New York City. You know what I mean? And I got when you coming from New York City and you're on those trains and buses, man, you get your learning experience, moving through different neighborhoods, going to play in different tournaments, representing the Bronx, you know what I mean? Representing Bronxdale Projects while you stepping out there, going to play in these different tournaments in different hoods, different neighborhoods. So you always got to go out there ready and prayed up. Always got to stay prayed up, man, and stay strong. And literally stay focused on where you're going. Watch your surroundings. Always be aware of your surroundings. I tell my son that. I tell my daughter that. I tell everybody that. Be aware of your surroundings. Watch the people around you. Look around their waist. Look around different places. You never know what they might have on them. So, all of these different things that I learned from living in New York City in the projects, right? And then I took all of those different teachings when I went to different neighborhoods. When I went to play in high school, when I went to go play in prep school at Saint Thomas Moore Prep first, it was different, you know what I mean? So I had to take my leadership skills and things that I learned from New York City, from the Bronx, New York City, and represent for the Bronx and represent for New York City as a whole, and let them know I'm strong enough to make it anywhere. I'm strong enough to make it. I can get through this school. I can make it out there. You know what I mean? So I was like, hey, why not me? You get what I'm saying? Just like, why not me? I'm supposed to. And I never gave up. I always fought, and I helped other people fight. That's the thing about me. I always just give people assists in life. I love helping people, and I don't like seeing people fail, man. I really get a joy out of helping people. I get a good feeling when I show love, and everybody and other people, they smile when they're down. Maybe they need to let something out and they need to converse with somebody else. So I'll be that ear and I'll listen, you know what I mean? And just give positive feedback, and just really spend time appreciating the person. A lot of people haven't been appreciated, so I always learned how to appreciate myself and appreciate the time that I had spending by myself. So I never had to depend on anybody to help entertain my imagination or anything else that I maybe felt I wanted to do. I never let anyone else control that thought, control the way I move. I enjoyed being myself and I enjoyed being different. I enjoyed working hard. I enjoyed loving school, you know what I mean? Reading those poems and enjoying just being around other people and learning about our similarities while we're abroad. And like I said, always, man, helping people come together and building a bond and a brotherhood and just staying strong, even though sometimes some days is more difficult than the other. It was cool being at Saint Thomas Moore some days, when we had some good times, just chilling out, talking, relaxing, and getting to know each other, getting in the gym sometime, going to each other's rooms and talking, you know what I mean? Even sometimes, when you had to wait your chance while you watching people play, while we used to watch people play in a little room where they had the microwave at, and we can watch in there, the little lounge on the second floor in some places, but they had a lounge on each floor though. But you can watch sometime the teacher on the floor, they'll let you watch the college games or NBA games and stuff like that. It really felt like jail for real, but it was just, we was in there, some of the ball players, you know what I mean? We in there, just waiting our turn, starving, just sitting there ready, and we're learning. Excuse me. And we're learning. You get what I'm saying? We're seeing things, we're hearing things, we're watching how they play, we're watching how physical the game is, how smart other players are, how big and physical certain players are, pause. How athletic certain players are, how fast certain players were, how quick they were, how precise certain players were, how certain teams ran all of the plays through, how certain teams didn't run the plays through. Certain teams, just fast break more than others. How many times did the ball touch the floor on certain fast breaks? A lot of different ways, different conference teams and the different styles and the different plays that they run and the defensive schemes as well. So we used to sit there and watch with Coach Fred Dupree. Shout out to Coach Fred Dupree, Canisius graduate. Shout out to Canisius. And, it was cool. Coach Fred Dupree from Brooklyn. Shout out to BK. All love, Brooklyn, New York. Coach Fred Dupree used to look out for us and show a lot of love, you know what I mean? And I'm glad he's gotten his opportunities that he's got, and I'm sure he's done well. It was cool seeing him coach in college. Like, I was hyped, So, like I said, man, I always been a leader, and I brought that New York City toughness, that New York City charisma, that New York City swag, that New York City life, that energy. And I brought that Caribbean calm, brought that Caribbean power from the Virgin Islands, from the VI. It's always love to St. Croix and the whole Virgin Islands. We love you. Always love you. Shout out to my family. Shout out to everybody out there. Get well, get well. Auntie, get well. Auntie Cheryl, get well. God bless you. And I hope y'all learned something, man, because all of my brothers, Saint Thomas Moore, winning those games and playing hard with y'all and going through the things that we went through and connecting still to this day in 2021. That means a lot. You know what I mean? And those memories will always be kept. And I appreciate y'all all of those memories, and all of those times made me tougher, smarter, a lot wiser, a lot more sympathetic and empathetic to other people's needs, and a lot more braver for standing up for other people and standing up for what I believe in. When I knew certain things was wrong, I had to stand up, and standing up for other people. I don't like bullies, so it's always how it's gonna go. But gotta keep positive. Don't let anybody trick you into that box, man, into club sausage. Don't let anybody trick you into club sausage. Don't go there. It's prison and jail. Don't go there. It's not popping. It's not a good look. God bless. Right over left be the best. I'm your host, man. Called Krauser the Cruising King, King Krauser, aka that old black magic. International Madge, baby. You know I'm in my bag. Easy, easy me.
I don't see nobody. I don't see nobody. I don't see nobody. I don't see none of you niggas.